the thought of the rope snapping on me, I cannot fixate that thought process out of my mind.
Yep.
That's the thing that's holding me back.
It is Morokai 2 Hours. We're back. We're on every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 a.m. on Spotify and 4:30 p.m. on YouTube. Mate, there was something that just got me that I was like, you know what? I couldn't see any good reason for doing this, but I did want to see if there was maybe part of you were like, no, I could get around that.
Yeah, okay.
All right. It boggles my mind.
Yeah.
Obviously coming up to 2023.
Yes.
All right. The fireworks.
Yes, right. All right, fine.
Especially in Sydney.
Yeah,
Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Sydney Harbour Bridge, yeah.
My TikToks
Yeah.
on the last day of the year at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
were people lining up and booking their spots.
Oh, really?
Literally sitting down around the Sydney Harbour Bridge to make sure
It's a long day.
That is a long fucking day.
It's a very long day.
So at 9 a.m. they're setting up spots to make sure they got the best views of the fireworks.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, my New Year's Eve was completely different. I think I woke up at like 7 and I was like, no, I'm going back to sleep. I'm on holidays.
Yeah.
Got up at 9. Was it the missus? Chillax with her.
Mate.
We were watching, what were we watching? We were watching some Modern Family. Had a bit of a nap on the couch.
Yep.
Then ran around, got my drinks, and yeah, I think then just started drinking.
So
in all seriousness, by the way, as well, at about 10 o'clock, I was ready for bed, man.
Mate,
dead ass, like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I think Ali and myself, we were like, we are so keen for bed.
Mate, I watched the new Knives Out glass hanging movie.
Is that good, by the way?
I haven't watched the first one. I keep hearing the first one's the better one.
Okay, right.
But the second one, suck me in, pull me out, suck me in, pull me out. So I can't. I'll give it like
not overly interested.
Give it about 6.5, 7.
I think that's a fair score.
But sitting out at 9 a.m. for fireworks,
mate, that's far too long.
Mate, do you remember also it was a fucking hot day?
Yeah, it was fucking so. Well, let's be honest. For anyone that's been watching any of the podcasts. For the last one, specifically this one, like there's probably beads of sweat.
We are sweating.
Like it is actually like I love this setup so much, and I don't want to deter away from people that wait way too long to see something that lasts all of 1 minute. But it is extremely hot. Like,
I've got the split system is coming. That is set up, but my
amazing.
God, it's not here yet. And again,
Melbourne has been very hot the past few days, and I suppose as well with like the PCs and all that. By the way, we love the equipment, but
yep.
But it is like a sauna in here.
It is very hot,
and it's not like a nice. It's actually sort of like a bit uncomfortable.
My face feels like it's about to explode. So I'm on the same page as you, Rob. I couldn't sit from 9 a.m.
I'm not that patient.
I'm not that passionate about fireworks.
Well, yeah, passionate and patient. Like,
so I tried twisting it, right? I tried twisting my head.
Getting inside
I'm like,
there, finding their perspective.
Because, in my head, I'm like, you're all fucking batshit crazy. Like, you're actually nuts. And I went, okay, how about we change it to this? Obviously, let's say some of the more passionate ones starting at like 7 a.m., but we'll just 9 a.m. till midnight. Okay, that's when they sat down in the heat to make sure they could watch the fireworks.
I'm sunburned by then. I'm tired. I'm angry.
I saw the line for the toilet there too.
I'm pissed off.
Ridiculous.
Like, I'm actually pissed off. Like,
man, so we can't get in that mind frame. Yeah. What is something that you could see yourself plonking yourself down on a hot summer's day at 7 a.m. or 9 a.m. to wait midnight to see? I guess might be a celebrity, might be an event, might be tickets for something. What could that thing be?
For me personally, I would say it would have to be for like a celebrity. If you were to ask me like which celebrity, maybe like meeting like Ryan Reynolds.
Reynolds, really?
Yeah, I think he's a pretty cool boy. I think actually like getting to like properly like chat with him though, like a sit down chat would be like just really, really cool, like sort of thing like that. I know so many people be like, oh, you don't want to speak to The Rock. I'm going to be honest, I'm so over The Rock.
The Rock is the go-to.
The Rock is everywhere, man. I think I've had enough of him.
He is what he did to Black Adam made me go, yeah.
Sort of thing. The other thing as well that I would happily wait. I'll be able to say whether it was a good time or not because I'm seeing them in February, but like Red Hot Chili Peppers for me are my favorite band of all time. I love their music and all that. Like, to get tickets for them this time, like when they're like touring Australia, like I was hyped as fuck. I could see myself waiting, to try to be like the first in line for like the best seats, maybe even like a VIP meet and greet for them.
Yep.
Personally, but I don't know, man. Like
it's not comfortable. I'm just thinking the heat. Even think of little things. If you're planning, okay, I'm going to be on my phone all day.
Well, your phone's going to die.
Yeah. Well,
no, but like no,
yeah,
like,
no, 100%.
Like,
but also, have you ever tried being on your phone in the sun? It's fucking awful.
Yeah,
your brightness is right up, and you're trying to like, bathroom break.
Just scrolling through everything, anyways, just to like hopefully you read something that lasts longer than 5 minutes. So you're like, oh sweet, it's only now I have to wait like 11 hours and like 15 minutes. You
refresh your Facebook page, just like checking, like when you're a kid, checking the pantry to see if anything has changed in the last hour when your mum's not home. And no, it's just
I think the longest I've maybe waited for like anything is maybe like one of the Anzac Day games, like the Essendon versus Collingwood at the MCG.
Oh, okay.
I remember rocking up one morning at like maybe 9 o'clock in the line, so we were close, and the game didn't start until maybe like 2:45 that afternoon or 3 o'clock, and like it's a long fucking day.
It is.
Like you're trying to make conversation, you sort of already have the initial catch up on the way into the like oval itself.
Yep.
So you sort of already talked about like, oh, how was school this week, or like, you know, like what are you going to get up to for the next week, the upcoming weekend?
Yeah.
Like you might have like someone with a thermostat with some hot dogs or whatever, and you're eating, but like, man, like in reality, just buy a reserved fucking seat. Like seriously,
splurge a little more. Just get that. Go for comfort.
Like I don't know. Like I guess for the fireworks, I understand they're pretty. I can understand like that aspect, and you know maybe you're with your special someone, so like you make it sort of like that special thing. But again, like you get done for public drinking.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can bloody drink.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're with that long a time with your special someone in the heat. You might start fighting.
No, I think you're spot on though, mate. Like I think you're so spot on. Like, yeah, I just credit to those who have done that or continue to do that. Look forward to that. Not for me.
Well, just go.
Like
everyone's passionate about something.
Maybe
the weirdest thing.
Maybe for the future of the podcast, keep that question in the back of your mind. Hopefully, one day when we've got enough followers on, say, a Twitter or an Instagram, we'll put up a poll saying, like, who's happy to wait in a line for, say, fireworks.
Yep.
We'll just randomly pick someone for yes, see if we can just get them to dial into the pod and just get their perspective.
Tell me why.
And all that. Just because I would genuinely be intrigued. I'm not going to bash you. It's just like, can you tell me, like, what's the process? Like, yeah, like, what goes on?
Deeper meaning, a deeper connection? So the only thing I could think of is waiting that long is maybe just have a little dip in the fountain of youth. That's it. Maybe a little swim so I can just go back to maybe my 20s.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Other than that, you're not catching me out in the heat sitting there for that long.
Yeah. I mean, if I had like olive skin, then like I probably wouldn't mind. But the fact that I don't tan, and like the fact that I wasn't even in the sun for that long on my knee, like the top of my like leg quads are burnt, and my arms as well. Like I know I'm not tanning. It's just pain. It's actually just pain.
Yeah, I've got some mates where they tan and like say that just their calf is brown as anything.
Yeah, I'm
and then
so
their
jealous.
Actual foot is white.
Yeah, because they're always wearing socks. So many tradies. It's like, oh geez, okay.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't be a tradie either, mate. Do you ever do like a simple job, like just bend up, like say you're like bending over to pick up like something out of your garden, and you have to just grab a few for your parents, and you're like, oh. I couldn't do a day.
Yeah.
So you know what I could never do is it concreter, the one you constantly like got wheelbarrows?
Yeah, wheelbarrows and stuff like that. You're constantly bending over and
Oh,
all that. Like even like carrying the packs of cement.
yeah.
Like it's physical hard work. Imagine like doing that. Australian sun as well. Like our ozone layer is pretty cooked as it is.
Yep.
Like that's hot days.
That is hot.
Like, yeah, like the amount of water as well.
Okay.
That's a long day.
What would you rather? Let's do the two opposites, like the extreme opposites.
Okay. All
right. The job I think when I go to the most boring by far, when I get my tax done, I get it done by a mother and son. The mother's like maybe in her 60s. The son's probably in his late 30s.
Okay, right.
When I go in, they don't really have a receptionist because it's just a small 2-office space. They can hear someone come in. Their office is pretty much empty. It's just like a desk.
Yeah, shit.
They have a couple of photos of their family. That's it. There is no life in those 2 offices.
Yep.
When I talk to him, it's hard to talk to him. He doesn't give me much.
Yeah.
Okay? So when I'm getting my tax done, which is only once a year, it's the only time I need to see him, sit down, and I'm there for maybe 15 minutes, and the conversation might last a minute and a half.
Yep.
He really doesn't have that much in him. Right? And that's fine. People are like that. But when I look at that and I go, you're here 9 to 5, 8 hours a day with your mum in the next room, no other work colleagues. Like your Christmas lunch, like Christmas break up, might be you just go over to mum's house. You have a roast. Right? Yeah. That to me is the most extreme version of boringness where I could not last. I could not last doing taxes all day with my mum in the next room.
Mm.
Shoot me.
Yeah,
all right. So we'll start. So there's one.
We'll start there. Yeah.
Then we go to the opposite. A hard-working concreter who's getting the wheelbarrow, making sure he's getting concrete from one point A to B, lifting. The back is sore, but you're not a bludge, right? You're not doing it just to do it. You actually put in work.
Yeah, passionate.
Yeah. Oh well. I don't know if we always say passionate. I don't think there's anyone that can be passionate about that job. But let's just say that's your personality. You're a hard worker. So there's not really easy days. You're doing the work. What do you think you would rather? Would you rather go the complete opposite end of the boredom scale or the complete opposite end where it is hard work, tiring, and there's going to be injuries in the long run?
Well, I feel...
Because at least you're out in the sun.
Well, that's what
at least you're meeting new people
as well. That's what I'm
sort
of thinking. I'm thinking like...
Concrete is churned through new employees, man.
Yeah, like I feel like as humans, you need that human interaction.
I
it's
agree
actually good
completely.
for you. And like, yes, it's going to take a toll on the body. Yes, it's stinking hot. Yes, like, it could be fucking pissing down rain and all that. But because you're doing such hard work, I feel like the day would go quicker.
It would. Do you know what too?
As well, like in that sense.
I think as well, if you...
And you'd be more stimulated.
I don't think you would need to do gym if you made sure every time you lifted a brick, it was
like
correct
the right form.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
If you did that and gym, you are psychotic.
Oh, no, yeah.
You're psychotic. I don't think you'd need to go to the gym if you're lifting bricks all day and you're doing correct form.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Well, it's so heavy.
Yeah. But again, you go to the office I was talking about, maybe you could put in a couple of podcasts. Maybe you could somehow twist it to make it better. But I agree with you 100% when you say you need that office environment. Because again,
feel like if you're secluded though, like what good is that? You're not getting natural sunlight.
Yep, and if we go extra as well, right? What's it like with your wife? You go home, talk about your day.
I sat in front
of
the computer
I did Jim's taxes, and turns out he got an extra 1,000 instead of 2,000. Well,
I would probably find
okay.
I would probably find the taxing job, which is weird, but more stressful because you're playing with other people's money as well. Like
well, you got to
get them like the best thing, like. So man, like that in itself, I think personally for me would give me more stress.
I get more stressed over the people that work at carnivals.
Oh, fuck that!
Strapping people in.
Yeah, no thanks,
mate. I would strap them in 5 times fucking over before I even click.
Make sure the start stop button actually like works. The emergency stop buttons all work.
Oh,
especially now, like not just because of the whole roller coaster incident that we saw in Australia, but there was also one that I showed you the other day when I was here in the UK. Someone was on like a slingshot in that, bro.
Yeah,
like
it's nuts.
You're playing Russian roulette with people's lives.
Yeah, I don't care how safe it is. I couldn't do it, and I couldn't do people who do bungee jumping.
Oh,
I've seen a video.
I would like to do it. In the sense of being like, holy shit, I've done it.
That's the thing.
But the thought of the rope snapping on me, I cannot fixate that thought process out of my mind.
Yep.
That's the thing that's holding me back.
Okay, I'm going to give you a perfect example. 100%. The things you can... I love what you said about, it's like, I'd love to do it to say I've done it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
How weird's that? I reckon I could have a bucket list, pages and pages full of things I want to say I've done.
Yeah.
But I don't fucking want to do it all. The thought of it actually makes me feel sick.
Well, it's the same thing like skydiving. Like the amount of mates that I have had that have done skydiving, and they're like, once you do it, it is like so like the rush that you get, like it's such an experience and all that. And I'm like, see, like to tell the story that I've done it, and like I myself can tell others the experience. That excites me.
Yeah.
Seeing that adrenaline, that rush, that maybe out of body experience, like holy shit, I'm jumping out of a moving plane.
Yep.
Yes, I know that I'm strapped in with a safety instructor and all that, but like that free falling, like wow, what an experience. But the other thought in my head is, and again, it's just maybe it's because of social media, like maybe it's because of the news. The amount of times that you have heard about the parachute not working properly or something going wrong, I just can't, unfortunately, put that to the side.
Man, definitely.
I just can't. I value my life too much to risk it over that.
Mate, I want to finish the pod with
Does that
something...
make me a bitch? I don't know. I don't know. But
it's interesting. I want to finish the pod with something I've always found fascinating to me, and I'll never do, right? Acid is something I find just crazy, because you've heard of people who... It's a lot different to weed. Like weed, you smoke a bit, you get high, you laugh, you watch a couple of movies, you eat a lot, you put it down. That's making sure you're not abusing it in any way. But if we go to acid, there's people that have had acid and it just does not connect chemically with their brain, and it really
alters them.
It actually alters them as a person.
Yeah, it alters their perception,
and
the
if
way they go about life.
Man, and if they do abuse it, it can really mess people
massive
up.
side effects.
I will never ever do acid, because I saw a video once where someone said he couldn't stop thinking about spiders when he did it. And now in my head, automatically, I'm like, you're going to think about it. You're going to think about it. And I can't have a good experience, because in the back of my mind, what happens if I keep thinking about that? And keep in mind, I've met people who have said they've had an acid trip, and one
side... It was a spiritual awakening.
Mate, the grass and the flowers were talking to me. Colours were different. I now have a different
perspective
of life. And it's great.
Things now make sense to me.
I've had the fucking other side where it's like they were having the worst time seeing demons, seeing things they don't want to see. Mate, an acid trip is 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling bad 5 minutes in,
yeah, you're fucked.
Strap in.
Yeah, you're
really
strap
in. It's like that. I had a mate, and this is so, he's good now, but so fucked. I had a mate where he and his brother, he wasn't doing it, but his brother was. And then down the bottom of the house, he heard that his dad was choking on a strawberry. Yeah. And he literally was choking on a strawberry.
Yeah, like, shit.
Just a rare moment out of the blue. Choked like crazy.
I suppose on that experience.
And was making the full on like
yeah, like I'm actually like almost suffocating now on the strawberry.
My mate said that he sprinted out of his room, right? And this isn't the one that's on acid, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're next to each other. One's in one room, one's in the other. Sprinted out, because even he, normal, no drugs, is like, what?
That's pretty...
I've never heard you choke, and I've never heard you choke that bad.
Yeah.
That was freaky. He said his brother in the other room literally thought his dad died. Because he's on acid, and he is now heard choking like you couldn't believe.
Yeah, fuck. See, that's something that you don't want to live with.
His brother came in his room 20 minutes later, tears, just crying his eyes out, just eyes red, and just going like, oh my fucking God, he's alive. And I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Yes, don't get me wrong. The good sounds great. The risk just isn't worth it.
Yeah, risk versus reward.
Oh, no, that is too much of a risk. I just think
acid is like the one, like, yeah, acid is like a relationship. When it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, it's fucking bad.
There's no easy
and it's
point.
far and few between.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So many people as well come out of it and they're genuinely... Like, could you imagine, right? So you love what you're doing with your life right now, as of today. You, Luke, are loving the podcast, what you do for work. You love life in general and all that. Say we did it. We did it after this podcast. Let's, for example, you do it after that 6 to 8 hours, you're like, an awakening? No, I no longer like the podcast. I no longer like what I'm doing as a job. I actually don't even really like Melbourne that much. I haven't really liked Melbourne for a couple of years. All right, guys, just want to let you know that, I'm going to be leaving the podcast. The podcast is ending, and I'm now going to go live in Argentina.
I want to be a marine biologist.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm not kidding.
Like,
that
shit
happened.
happens.
That
That
shit
shit
happened.
genuinely happens.
I'll give a good example that's not on the extreme, but everyone would know of, I guess when TikTok blew up, there was 4 people that were the main stars. It was like your Addison Rae, your Dixie and Charlie D'Amelio. You got Josh Richards, and then you've got Bryce Hall, right? Yeah. Bryce Hall was with Addison Rae, so they were like that TikTok couple, like Brad and Angelina kind of thing. And then he did YouTube boxing. He just kept getting himself into more and more fights, more and more crazy situations, kept himself relevant. Right?
Yeah, yes, he did.
But he was also
a dick.
He was a dick, but also just keeping relevant because he was a douchebag and people wanted to know what he was doing next. So, no joke. This is literally what happened. He did mushrooms. Had a complete different experience, like out of body, like he was seeing things all over the shop, and he hated how he looked. He hated how he acted. He went, nah, that's like his out of body experience literally went, dude, change yourself. Mate, he is thriving. Everyone, like, comments are full of like, he's funny, he's awesome, like everyone loves him now. And this is a dude who talked about how he's going to knock out Austin at Rome. He's been in 40 street fights. Got knocked. He got beat senseless. Yeah. Like, he got made to look like an idiot.
Genuinely got humbled.
And no one cares anymore. And now they're just like, nah, this dude's fucking sick.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
And that's one of the... It's not as big as
like
you said,
rare,
like career change, but it is small as a personality change.
It's crazy. It's genuinely... Or you might even have, like, again, like this sort of the extremist view of, like, you might have a super social friend. They love going out, like, clubbing. And it's genuinely just the abuse of just even drugs in general. So it's a really social person, love being out at, like, these events, house parties in general, like festivals and all that. Because they've abused drugs so much, they then all of a sudden get paranoia.
Anxiety.
Schizophrenia. Yeah. Anxiety. And all that. I can't even think of, like, the other one where, like, it feels like the room's closing in on you. Claustrophobia. Like, and all that. Like, they can no longer actually, they hate large crowds. They don't like being they actually don't like to leave the house now.
Yeah. That happens.
Like, that's genuine. That's happened to someone that I know. And it's like, fuck, mate. Like, in high school, like, you had heaps of mates. Yeah. You were always out drinking, partying. Like, your life from an outsider looked fucking awesome. To know that, like, you've abused something that much to now that you're like, yeah, nah, like, like the furthest thing that I want to do is play my sport, my work. That is it.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything,
I just
like, anything else, like, scares the ever living fuck out of me.
The brain is the one that scares me the most, because it's like, you can't, if there's something wrong, and that's now flicked a switch, you don't know how to flick that switch back, that is fucking terrifying.
Most definitely.
You know, I know it's funny, but, like, you know, when I locked myself in the walk-in wardrobe, if somehow that feeling, right, if that feeling was with you all the time,
mate,
I wouldn't want to be on Earth.
Yeah, no way.
I literally would not want to be. And there's some people that some things can happen, especially with drugs, where a flick of the switch, and now that's it, like just a constant.
Yeah, and it's just there.
No, thank you.
It could even just be like a single word.
Yeah.
It could be beat. As soon as someone brings up beat, trigger. Just a trigger word in your head from that experience that causes you to be like, nah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking go. I can't be here.
Yeah.
I can't be here. I'm freaking out.
Mate, it's like, you think of torture, right? If people in movies, you always see in movies, right? Like a 007 gets tortured. They maybe might remove fingernails, might bang on their hand with a hammer. There's millions of different things. And I always thought the worst thing that could ever happen to you is torture. What would happen if the torture is not physical. They just get not one tab of acid, like 50, and just put it on your tongue.
Yeah, fuck that.
What would happen then to your mind?
I feel like your brain would just be like actual
fry. But I guarantee there's been like experiments that's happened where people like there's things you wouldn't know about. But one thing before we go, mate, you know a lot of people are doing now is microdosing.
Yeah, I see this a lot on TikTok
with mushrooms. They won't fully go. The guy I listen to on podcasts that is a long one. He's like in his 50s. He's microdosing ket.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, I find that weird. And he just feels like it's a little high, right? But he wants to go more and more. And I'm like, is there a trouble with microdosing where people are like, you're not getting the full effect?
Yeah, because I'm microdosing that same amount every single time.
Yep.
I'm now like built that
tolerance.
Yeah, that tolerance. Thank you. So now I've got to push it again. I've got to push that envelope.
Yeah.
To then reach that next level of high.
Yeah. If you could put in layman's terms, if you had sex and someone gave you a hand job, right? Mate, you're not going to want to stop there.
Yeah.
You're going to want to keep going and going and going and going and find where that limit is.
Yeah.
Because as humans, if something's enjoyable,
why
on earth would you not want more of it?
Yeah, correct.
If something simple, we go to an ice cream shop, you get gelati. Tastes amazing. You're going to get another scoop. Yeah. You're going to keep getting scoops until your body says, no, you can't.
Yeah,
you can't have
you're
more
so
scoops,
spot
right?
on. You're so spot on.
So, yeah, why on earth, if you had drugs that feel good, are you going to be like, no, have my hit? No, you're going to be like...
Especially when
if it feels that good.
Yeah, when the ups start great.
Yeah.
Hence, and then you see the addiction side of it because it's like, well, like you're constantly just chasing the high.
That's the same with people who do weed. Like they don't know how to separate it from like, catch up with a mate, going to watch some movies, have a good night, and might do it next month again.
Yeah.
Some people, they do it morning, now afternoon, now night. And they've done it so much that sometimes people get to a stage where they will be like, have I smoked today? Because I feel high. And their reality's messed up. There's some people that get stuck in a high where they're like, or it's 3 days and they haven't smoked.
It may have just been that thing that it's like, I'm just going to like do some weed just because I've got back pains and I know that like that can help like relieve some pain and all that. But then like it's morphine as well. Like it's such a pain, like painkillers as well, man.
Yeah, man.
It's like, oh, I can move. My body feels free. I don't feel heavy. My bones don't feel sore. This is great.
Oh.
But then, like, instead of like the 3 tablets that's recommended, well, that's not really doing enough for me anymore. And then you see the classic overdoses and stuff like that. Like, it's that sad reality. Like,
man,
you just want more and more and more, and the body can only do so much before you're giving the body so much pressure.
Yeah,
and all that your body ends up trying to fight itself.
Yeah, your body
and then
can't
just
take
breaks
it anymore.
down.
Yeah, 100%.
And then just fucking breaks down.
Man, it's so true.
I suppose just wrapping up the podcast, for those who are listening and all that, maybe even viewing it on YouTube, in case you weren't aware, we are also doing merch, clothing. You may have, if you're not following us on Instagram, you probably don't know about this. So I think it's really important that I now put this at the end of some podcasts. But if you head to the website, www.morokai.com, you'll find our website. You'll find some hoodies on there. Have a look. We've got 3 colours. We've got burgundy, forest green, and navy blue. The sizes go from small to triple XL. Suss them out. $60 AUD. If you live in Australia, it's free shipping as well. Absolute bargain. If you do choose to purchase one of these, that's awesome and all that. If you do as well purchase, be sure to upload it to Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Use the hashtag Morokai. I'll be searching through. We'll throw you on the story, even on our Instagram page and all that. Just wanted to throw it out there and all that. Don't have to, but it'd be awesome if you did.
Yeah, feel free to support the show. We've got limited stock on that too. That'll be the only drop we have of that item. So if you want to be in the day ones and get an original Morokai hoodie, mate, feel free.
Yeah, swing by. If you're on YouTube, as always, be sure to leave a like and a comment, as that helps us out a ton. If you're listening to this on Spotify and you've listened to enough podcasts, you're really enjoying the content that we're bringing out, we're delivering, be sure to leave a review as well on Spotify. It really helps us. We have a goal. I believe, was it 500 reviews? Or was it 400? I know that it was up in the. It was up in the 100. So we really want to try and smash some of these reviews in 2023. So even if you want to pass it to your mates, or maybe we've talked about a subject that you've really enjoyed, that like your group of mates enjoy as well, send it across. That'd help us out a heap, and just support us.
100%, and we always appreciate it. Massive year.
Big year ahead.
Anyway, guys, that was Morokai with 2 eyes. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Boom.
Bam.